dads.
Tell your kid it's Parliament of Popeyes.
Tell your kid.
That's not. Yeah, we'll tell both of our kids. It's the Parliament of Popeyes because we changed it right after we recorded things. All right.
Not that we're using any of the new recordings or anything, but
you know it's gonna be. Kurt, I will drag this out as long as I can. Now you made a meme on the show, Kurt. So Kurt did one of the original intros, and it says when it originally was two dads, and it's a long intro. We got to shorten it up, but he went and re-recorded that and the ending and everything else, and we haven't touched it for like 6 months just to aggravate him.
Yeah, when I recorded it, I was not on the show, and since joining the show, which is why it says these two dads, I went back and re-recorded everything. No, he still hasn't used it.
Technically, Joe's in charge of the buttons. I'm just saying,
not the intro and outro buttons.
Hey, I said technically. So the question, the Parliament of Popeyes, we're going to solve, we always solve the entirety of the world's problems in one 10-minute segment. So tonight is holiday traditions. And Joe, I'm not even going to email. You chose violence. You get to read your battle here.
So it could be any holiday tradition, but some of the specific examples that I listed here were real trees versus artificial trees, and matching pajamas, especially for those wonderful family photos, or just chaos.
All right. So, first one is real trees or artificial. Let's start there, Kurt. You're the New Hampshireite.
Yeah. So I prefer a real tree.
Of course,
but I have an artificial tree up right now, just because time. I just don't have time, because if I'm gonna go take the time to get a real tree, it takes some time. I have to hunt for one, and not like I don't chop it down because that's insanity. But it takes a while to find the right one. You got to go to the right lots, and then they cost stupid amounts of money right now. So. Yeah, we just put up an artificial tree because for me the most important thing are the ornaments that we put up, not the tree itself.
Fair enough. I like the energy. What about you, Joe?
So as a teenager, we used to go to the same tree lot every year, one where you do cut it down yourself and then load it onto the wagon that's pulled by Clydesdales, and they've got hot cocoa and apple cider and that whole experience. Now we only did that as
roasting on an open fire.
Growing as a kid and whatnot, before that we always just went to a tree lot and they were already cut down and everything. But it was a fun experience. However, my entire married life, we've had an artificial tree. I do miss having a real tree, but I also don't miss needing to clean up all of the needles and figuring out how to dispose of it, especially since I don't think our trash pickup includes Christmas trees and things like that. So it's a lot of hassle, and like Kurt said, very expensive. Plus, we can schedule it a lot easier to set up our fake tree, and the kids have fun with it. They little Jebediah had fun helping put the tree together and whatnot. So it was a good time. We do have little scent sticks on the tree to make it smell like pine.
We have that too. We got that this year. Yeah, I love those things.
Did you get it from the gas station in a little plastic baggie? I mean, air freshener, pine. Come on, man. But that first story you told, that sounded almost like a holiday movie special.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we used to go, me and my uncle's family, and then my uncle's wife's family. So my aunt, her side of the family would come as well. So we had several families that would go, and it was a good time. A lot of good memories.
Nice. Olivia made a movie similar to that.
I did. I did make
not really, but I was trying to tie in your holiday boyfriend, but
right. Thank you. I appreciate that. But for me, Christmas trees, is that where I'm at? Answer my Christmas tree question. So I had a very similar experience growing up. When I was young, we would go out into the woods. Of course, you have a permit, right? Like there's places where you had to get a permit, and then you'd go out and you could cut down a Christmas tree. And we would go and we would traipse through the snow, and we would find a Christmas tree, and then we'd drag it back, to the car. And then we would tie up our sleds behind the car, and my dad would drive and pull us in the sleds. Back then when we were young and you could do things like that,
That sounds fun.
We would sled around behind the car, and I mean, it was just so fun. And so I have always stuck to a live tree and kind of tried to hold on to this experience of finding the Christmas tree. But we've gotten a live tree this year, and we had to go to a tree lot because Home Depot wasn't open yet. So we're trying to decorate before Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving was so late in the month. And we can only do it on Sunday because we work the rest of the time, and so our weekends are clear. Anyway, with the kids. So we decorated on Sunday. We found one tree lot that was open and had trees. We bought this darling little tree, and we brought it home and we decorated it, and it's almost dead already. So then I was thinking to myself, maybe an artificial tree isn't such a bad idea. I don't know.
In Sleigh Ride, I'm not sure you're right. I'm thinking too many names. Sleigh Ride. Is it an artificial tree or a real tree?
It is an artificial tree. Well, it's not my tree, right? So I told you that movie, my brother and his wife, they moved out of their gorgeous mansion that they'd built up on the hill, right? And they moved in with their in-laws, and we shot at the house. Well, I shot in January, and I said to them, just leave all your Christmas decorations up, because to make a Christmas movie, the hardest part is the Christmas decorations. You have to pack piles and bins of stuff to decorate a house of this size. So I planned it like that on purpose. I was like, you guys should leave the Christmas decorations up. And so they have an artificial tree. And so we only had to one time take all the decorations off and put them up different. But anyway, it was lovely. Everything was there. And the tree is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous artificial tree, honestly. But anyway.
You talked about the dying of the tree, and all of you have talked about the cutting and the labor. And that was my thing. I'm a big guy, so I hate getting down low for things. So to cut a tree, you got to get down to the base, and then, to put it in. When I was young, my dad and I went and picked one up. My family wanted a live tree for a minute. And at that time, you're talking about late 80s, early 90s, artificial trees were is reverse, right? It was more expensive to get that than it was to just go get a live tree. But the sap was all over my hands and needles everywhere. I hated everything about it. Smell was decent. I like a fresh, pine smell. Now in our household, it is, if you want me to do it, I'll pull down the artificial tree, because in 10 minutes, like bing, bang, bong, you connect the cables, boom, it's lit up. Now let's put our ornaments on. But my father-in-law.
Oh, so you have a pre-lit one too. Nice.
Oh yeah. And we lucked out. This is back when the stores like Target and Walmart, whatever, way overbought for every holiday. So the day after sales were the best. And
your favorite day after sales that's on brand for you.
That is absolutely my thing. And I think it was a Target. We went through the Christmas section and looked for candy and whatnot. And they had like this gorgeous $200 pre-lit tree. And that year is fairly early on for pre-lit trees. And it was clearanced for like $60. I'm like, good. And we used that forever until I think it died. And then my father-in-law, he insists on, let's get fresh trees. Like, okay, it's on you, man. So it is December 5th as of this recording. There's not a single Christmas decoration up in the house. Not the tree yet. And the tree's got to come in first so we can clean up everything and then put up stuff. But yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how you just said that your artificial tree died.
Well, like the
lighting.
Yeah, it's the lights. Yeah, thank you, Kurt.
Oh, well,
thank you for nitpicking the words.
Olivia, I was imagining the sledding that you were talking about, tying up to the bumper. My dad would do that too, but he wouldn't tie us up. He'd just say, "Hold on." And
which one did y'all do like rock paper scissors?
To the bumper. So we're holding on to the bumper with our sleds, and half the time the sleds would come out from underneath us. We're getting
dragged by the car.
Did you have to do rock paper scissors to see who was not on the muffler side, the exhaust side of the mower?
Yeah.
You just gotta do what you gotta do. There were a few times where my sled came out from under me, but then I got up on my feet, and so I was like almost skiing, but without any skis behind it before finally letting go.
That's awesome. That's fun.
I don't want to live in snow, but playing in snow is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. All right, so your other ones, let's hit it. Anybody here for matching pajamas?
Sometimes it depends on if my mother-in-law wants to buy them, and so that we have pictures for it, because that's usually what happens if we have matching pajamas.
I don't get it. I don't get the appeal.
Honestly, I'm too lazy to do that sort of thing, but we had to do it with my husband's family a couple years ago, and that was fun. My mom is every Christmas Eve we open up a gift, and it's always pajamas. So
yep, same.
She gets everybody pajamas for Christmas Eve, but they're not necessarily matching. It's chaos.
Okay, that's fun. I like a little bit of a spice in the mix there. Kurt?
Yeah, I was never a matching pajamas guy, and frankly, if my wife said to me, "Hey, I want to get matching pajamas this year," I'd say, "For who?" Because
for the babies, get them for the babies.
Yeah, and it could, and I'd love to have the grandkids have matching pajamas with their parents. I don't need that. I don't need that.
I don't do the matching outfits or anything. There's a few inappropriate matching outfits that I told my wife I'd wear that we can talk about off the show. But I mean, we try to keep this one family friendly is all I'm saying. It's not like crazy inappropriate. It's just jokes we don't tell in this company.
It's just Charles inappropriate.
Yeah. Classic chaos. Joe, does that mean you let your kids get up, run downstairs, and start shredding things?
No. That's the pajamas. Classic or chaos.
Oh.
So
there's a style to matching or I didn't realize there was a chaos. Like, well, I guess Olivia, that's what you guys talked about. They're not matching. Okay. Yeah. I honestly did not realize that was a style of matching pajamas.
I got
you.
No,
that's when you're not matching.
You don't match.
No, okay. It's still in the genre. It is in the overarching umbrella of for Christmas pajamas.